Hey everybody! Today's video is the 3-week update for our litter of mini Australian Labradoodle puppies. This is our tiny and terrific litter from Van Isle Labradoodles. Today's video is a litter update, and so we're going to go through each of the 4 puppies in this litter, tell you a little bit about the milestones they've reached in the past week, give you an update on their weights, and tell you overall what the litter's been doing and a bit of information about Gigi as well. So Gigi is the mama Labradoodle for this litter, and Trip is the papa Labradoodle for this litter. So we're going to do the puppies in birth order, and this litter, all the puppies have names rather than collar colors, and that's because this is a true rainbow litter. Every single puppy is completely different from the other, so it's super easy for us to tell them apart, and when there's only 4, that makes it even easier. And the reason there's only 4 puppies in this litter is because mini Labradoodles are not very big. Little Gigi weighs about 17 pounds, so she doesn't have a whole lot of capacity to have a large number of puppies in her litters. So we usually get 4 little Labradoodles from Gigi when she is having a litter for us. But I can tell you that each of the little Labradoodles that Gigi produces are stunning. They are always just exceptional. Gigi is a wonderful mama Labradoodle dog. Her puppies are so immaculate. Her whole area is completely spotless. If she is outside of the nest area and one of her puppies poops in there, or something happens that there's any sort of mess, if there's any food spilled, if anyone pees or poos, she just goes ballistic until we let her in and she can clean everything up. She is absolutely fastidious about that, and she is licking these puppies from head to toe constantly throughout the day. So these puppies enjoy a very close relationship with their mama Gigi. You can see that they're, when we go through each of the puppies, they're all lovely, calm, relaxed puppies. They're also so far silent. None of them have shared their voices with us, so we haven't heard any barking or any growling yet. I do expect we'll start to hear some growling when they start playing a bit more together in the upcoming week. So the litter as a whole has now moved out from the maternity ward into the nursery. And that transition was so easy for these little Labradoodles. They didn't have any problem at all. They just plunked themselves right into the crate, laid down, and we're like, okay, here we are. This is our new house. Not a problem. Gigi took to it all really readily as well. She fussed around a little bit while she made sure that everything was just the way she likes it, that everything was spick and span. She adjusted a little bit of the blankets at the back of the area, which is one of the areas she likes to feed the puppies at, and then all was just good. So now they're very close to where our doggy door is. So in a couple of weeks' time, hard to believe, but in about 2-3 weeks' time, these babies are going to be using that doggy door and letting themselves in and out of the doodle den to go outside and play, and also to start house training and learning that that's where you go outside to potty. So it's incredible the amount of change that a litter of puppies has in the 8 or 9 weeks that they are here with us. And they really accomplish so many things. And for this litter, the major thing that was accomplished this past week is they can hear. Everybody has their ears open. They're very attuned to when we or the dogs are nearby. They always have their heads up and they're checking it out. You can see their little noses going almost like rabbits, trying to figure out, is it Mama Gigi, or is it one of those human people, or just exactly who is there? It's really fun to watch. And you can see right now that this is Tiana. She's moving around and checking things out. The other big change for these little mini Labradoodle puppies is that they're up on all 4s now. Peter Pan, the only boy in the litter, is the most mobile of all. He just skedaddles around like crazy. We've already expanded their area so that they have more room to move about and develop their coordination and their muscles. It's important that the puppies have a really generous area of space so that they're not confined in some small little whelping area and not able to exercise and explore and see new things as well. well. But they do need to be moving around and getting those muscles working and developing their coordination. So you'll not see any of them on this crate bed here walking around too much, because this is a very plush surface. So the surface they're on is much more firm, and we have the appropriate things on the surface so that they have good traction and they're not slipping and sliding. So that helps them be set up for success with all of their developing muscles and learning how to walk and run and play. And we do see the puppies interacting with each other now and playing. No growling yet, as I mentioned, but they are playing, which usually involves running into one another and falling over. So it's kind of fun to watch. It's a bit comical. By next week, they'll be much more coordinated, and I'm sure we'll have heard voices. So let's get started on each of the individual puppies now. So we do them in birth order, as we always do with all of our litter updates at Van Isle Doodles. And the firstborn in this litter is this absolutely stunning chocolate party girl, and this is Tiana. She is a beautiful example of the Labradoodle breed. You'll see that she has a beautiful square head, lovely high set ears, a nice short nose, good strong stop, and you can see that she and all of her siblings in this litter have beautiful, stocky, full, juicy, plump puppy bodies. Yes, you do. It's amazing. She is so small, and she's always thin, and she just has the best and most rich milk from her milk bar, because her puppies are always little chub-chubs, and this litter is no exception. So Tiana is currently weighing in at 1.265 kilograms. That's just a remarkably excellent weight for this little mini Labradoodle girl. She's a beautiful puppy. She's not bossy or anything. She interacts with all of her siblings, and she certainly lifts her head up every time she hears anything. She's curious and just fearless so far. We really love this little girl. She's just beautiful. So that's Tiana. Next born in this litter is Peter Pan. And Peter Pan is our only boy in the litter. The poor fellow, he has to contend with so many women in his life. What a start. We figure he's going to have a really super disposition if he's able to get along with so many females all the time with great equanimity. Now, Mr. Peter Pan is a chocolate phantom, and that means his base coat color is chocolate, and then you can see he also has these beautiful tan markings on his face, his legs, across his chest, and on his hind legs as well. Mr. Peter Pan is 1.109 kilograms. So he is a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, but you'll see he is still really chunky. He has a very generous little tummy going on here. And Mr. Peter Pan is also a beautiful example of the Labradoodle breed standard. You can see he has that lovely short nose, nice stop, really high set ears, and a beautifully shaped head. And his little body all these puppies are quite lab-like. And that's what we really aim for as Labradoodle breeders. We're not looking for the poodle body type, we're looking more for the nice, good, solid lab type of build. So that's our little buddy, Peter Pan. And this is, as I said, he is the one who is the most athletic in the group so far. Next, we have Snow White. Now, this dog, if you didn't know that she was a Labradoodle, you would swear she was a Labrador Retriever. She has the most labby head and body, and she is the biggest puppy in the litter, and you can see her color is coming in. So she is what we call an extreme party. An extreme party is a dog with two colors, and you can see she is caramel and white. However, the white is more than 50% of her body. So she has caramel on her ears and around her eyes. She is just a stunning puppy. She is so beautiful. She has the biggest head out of everybody in the litter, and it is just such an attractive look. Snow White is the largest puppy, and she is 1.391 kilograms. She is one hefty girl for a 3-week-old mini puppy. You can see she's so stocky and big. She's got that big tummy there, which she's so happy to show off. Oh, she says, I don't want to be up here anymore. Put me down. She is able to maneuver very nicely considering her size. She's quite good. Oh, she's good. She's going to hide her head in the corner and say, I don't want anybody to look at me right now. What you doing, funny girl? This is the first time we've done a video without Gigi. And so it's quite understandable that they're a little, what's going on? Where's mom? Why are we away from mom? But she's handling it really quite well, other than she figured she should hide her head in the corner. But she knows who we are, she knows our voices, and she knows our scent, so that gives her great comfort, which is really nice to see. I really like it when you can see that the puppy calms down when they're close to a person. That's a really nice sign. So that's our little Snow White developing her beautiful party color. And last but not least is our little tiny one from this litter. And I say tiny in reference to how everybody else is in this litter, because this is not a tiny puppy by any means. This is Goldilocks, and this is our caramel puppy from the litter. So she has just a little bit of lighter color here and there at the ends of her feet, but she is a solid caramel girl, a gold caramel girl. She is just a little doll, this one. Very, very, very quiet. She is the one that likes to watch and see what everyone's doing. She just has the sweetest little disposition. And even though she's a bit smaller, you can see that she too has a very nice, solid, blocky head, good high ear set, lovely short nose, and that good strong stop. She's very curious. She responds quite a lot to your voice, and she'll probably maybe even look at me. She may not right now because, again, like I said, this is their first experience being anywhere without mom. Usually when we're holding them and interacting with them, Gigi is right nearby to supervise and make sure we do everything correctly. But right now Gigi is in the doodle den and we're in the studio. So it's they can't smell her at all. So they're very much aware that this is an entirely different situation for them. And Goldilocks weighs 1.018 kilograms. So she's a little bit smaller. Yes, she is. But again, even though she's smaller, she has that beautiful, nice, blocky build and a beautiful big tummy. And now on Goldilocks, you can see on the side of her head here, right by her ears, this little tuft, and over here, this little tuft. And even here, we have a little tuft. So it looks a little bit like she's been electrocuted or having a bad hair day. But what that is her coat is lifting. And that's the term that we use for when their coats start to fluff out. So everybody just adores that really fluffy, puffy look that Labradoodle puppies have. And that is one of their most appealing features, is that beautiful full coat. And so as you can see on the rest of her body, her coat is quite flat, more like an actual Labrador Retriever's coat. So as they mature and get older, then their coats start to lift. And when they start to lift initially, we can get some really funny looks. So sometimes we'll have a big tuft at the top of the head sticking out, or one part on the side of the body will be lifting and nowhere else, and it can look really quite funny. And so we often tease them about their bad hair days, don't we? That we make fun of you then, don't we? Oh my goodness me. Such awful people. But this is where their waves come in and their fluffiness. So these puppies will, well, they may have some curl to their coat, but mostly they'll be a nice open wavy fleece coat. Yes, that's what you'll be. And now she's going to fall asleep. So we'll take some pictures of the puppies after we conclude the filming of this video, and hopefully they'll be awake enough that we can see their eyes. Sometimes after we do the video, because it is a little bit stressful for them, they just go sound to sleep when we put them back in the crate. Now the puppies are all in a crate when they're not being filmed, as they are right when I'm holding them. So the other three are all in a crate right in the room here, and you can hear already they're doing quite nicely in the crate. Now that will change when they're about 5 weeks old. They'll start talking and telling us, I'm not so sure about this. But we do start the crate experience as soon as they move into the nursery. We have the moms feed them in the crate, and that's generally where they choose to sleep, so that the crate has a positive connotation for them right from the get-go. And then whenever we're filming them, they're in the crate together. It's when we start separating them, and if someone's enrolled in the Head Start program and we do the individual and overnight crate training with them, that's when we tend to get a little bit more feedback from them with respect to Not so sure if this is my idea of a fun time. It doesn't take too long to convince them, but you do have to listen to some comments about it in the interim. So that's all the puppies in the litter. Everybody's just doing great. The litter overall is meeting all of their milestones readily ahead of schedule. Gigi's just doing fantastic. Gigi has so much life and energy. She is always happy. Everybody is drawn to her. She just has the most lovely disposition. Trip is equally, he's magnetic in his personality as well. He is also a really happy boy. His tail's always going. They're very closely matched in their temperaments, and we'll see that as time goes on and their temperaments develop. These will be very happy, outgoing, confident puppies who just can't wait to be loved by you or have you love them. So we hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to ask anything that you would like to know more about. And give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And please make sure you're subscribed to our channel so that you get notifications of all of our new videos coming out. Thanks so much for watching.